What's happening? It's Jareth back at it with some more Marvel Snap for you guys today. So in today's video, we are doing something a little bit different. We will actually be piloting a deck list that we found on the official Marvel Snap Discord. So on the Marvel Snap main Discord page, there is this awesome section in the deck building. So a lot of different cool variations that you can see, not only with some sweet artwork, but some sweet gameplay that some people are showcasing, as well as some deck lists as well. So with that, we've been jumping around and just showcasing a lot of different things within this server, and that led us to a gentleman by the name of Banker Rob. So Banker Rob has been rocking this awesome Hela deck list that we'll be playing with today, and since I've started playing this deck just last night, I've gained 7 levels already in just that short amount of time. So it's been a ton of fun playing with this heavy Hela discard theme and showcasing some big creatures and whatnot. So huge shout out to Banker Rob for letting me utilize his deck list in this one and kind of showcase the general strategy, as this is going to be pretty much an edition of Banker Rob's deck list. So let's get you guys over to that deck list. So as you can imagine, we are rocking Hela. So Hela is going to be our main payoff in this deck. So on reveal, she has this ability of play all cards you discarded from your hand to random locations. Now, a lot of the times you're going to run into issues, you're discarding cards out of your hand, and sometimes that ends up being Hela. So to make that work, we are playing Invisible Woman. So Invisible Woman being in this deck is really nice, as we are able to hide some of our discard cards underneath her, and therefore those cards are not revealed until the end of the game. So I'm just breaking out the general strategy that Banker Rob kind of listed out to me. So if able, we are turn 2 Invisible Woman into any of our discard types of themes, preferably a Hell Cow, who is discarding 2 cards from our hand. If we're also able to put another discard type person underneath her, such as Swordmaster, that will ensure us that we get at least 2 to 3 cards that will be revealing upon discard at the last turn. And that last spot that we're looking to fill up with Invisible Woman and 2 other discard-esque effects is Hela. Always want to ensure we put Hela in the same zone as Invisible Woman. Otherwise, if you play Hela on a different zone and all of your stuff gets discarded after the fact, you're not going to get that bonus from Hela. So do keep that in mind. Make sure Hela is going to be underneath our Invisible Woman. So again, general strategy, make sure we get our Invisible Woman down turn 2, and turn 3, 4, 5, we're putting as much discard stuff underneath her as we can, such as Hell Cow. We do have Swordmaster, and we like to put Lady Sif in a different lane if at all possible. Nice thing about her is she's always discarding our highest cost cards. So if she's discarding the likes of Leader, Hulk, Giganto, as well as the Infinite, we're ensuring that those are also going to be revealed on that last turn, while also spreading the power across the board with Lady Sif once again. So main game plan, again, make sure we get everything underneath our Invisible Woman with our discard theme, and we're going to rock out some big power creatures at the very end of the game. So Captain Marvel moving around just creates a lot of disruptive elements, makes our opponents really have to think as they have to kind of math out where she might go. Leader, able to copy all of our opponents' cards that they play, can be a make or break win. Usually we like to play Leader when we are winning a lot more zones than our opponent, as we're just going to play a 4 power creature and whatever else they're playing. So generally better for winning a location with him. Hulk, just a big power stick at 11. And Giganto, kind of the same thing, only can be played at the leftmost location, but 14 power is quite nice. And of course the Infinite rocking that 20 power. If we're able to cheat them out pretty nicely, you'll find that happens a lot in this deck. Lastly, we got some flex cards. Ghost Rider, just in case we don't get our Hela and we need something at least heavy power across the board, and in case Hela does get discarded, maybe Ghost Rider can bring her back. And then our last one being Blade, just another discard person we like to throw underneath Invisible Woman. So that is what we are rocking today, guys. This is behind door number 1. So showcasing Banker Rob's deck list here, and I know there's a lot of other renditions out there, but this one has been my most favorite to play with. The only changes that I had to make was I threw Leader in this deck, whereas he did have Mistress Death, so Death was in his deck compared to mine. I don't have Death quite yet, so didn't get to showcase her, but in case you have it, it would be an easy flex for any of our 6 power creatures. So that's what we got for you guys today. Stay tuned for the gameplay, like and subscribe for more, and let me know what you guys think about showcasing some of your guys' deck techs. So we'll see you in the games. Thanks. Alright guys, so game number 1 here for you. We are facing Raph. Alright, so opening hand looking pretty nice for us. We do have our Invisible Woman as well as our Hell Cow, so looking pretty nice to start off our opening hand. Nothing to start our turn 1, but that's okay. We don't mind too much. And there's Lady Sif for us as well, so we actually might throw Lady Sif out here now. Now the reason for that is we don't have Hela in our hand, so Lady Sif in another lane will ensure we get some more power across the board, and we ensure we get one of our big 6 drops discarded. So we can go ahead. I actually think we're going to put her on the Stark Tower, as if we use Invisible Woman, we're not going to get the effects of after turn 5 give the cards here +2. So like doing that Invisible Woman action instead. So perfect. We got Blade as well, and with our Hell Cow. So we definitely want to start off with Invisible Woman, and we can go ahead and throw Blade underneath her as well. Alright, opponent's playing some Nakia, buffing up their hand, but we got our Hell Cow next. And then next turn we are looking to drop our Captain Marvel, and very hopefully we draw our Hela so we can have a huge turn 6 pop off. So let's go ahead. We're gonna snap here. We're looking pretty nice with our combo, getting ready to get played underneath Invisible Woman here. So as long as we're able to draw Hela, this is going to be quite the last turn for us. Opponent's playing out their 1-drops per usual. There's the Infinite. We could play the Infinite here, but I think I would rather... Okay, let's think about this here. So Blade and Hell Cow are going to discard 3 cards for us. We have 3 cards in hand right now, so we could play out our Captain Marvel. I think we're going to have to. Otherwise, we could hold off our mana and play the Infinite. But question is are we going to win any of these zones if we don't do anything? Answer is no, so let's put Captain Marvel over here on Stark Tower. She's going to get those power points. And then if she moves that last turn, or excuse me, after the game ends, we can see some high success for us. So come on, Hela. We want Hela right here. Blade Master. Okay, so did not get our combo player, but that is all right. What do we want to do here instead? I want to say Giganto over on the end is going to be our play. Their Mojo isn't going to get their final buff. And then Captain Marvel may move over to Atlantis for the victory for us. So let's see. Ghost Rider. Oh boy, is it enough power without Captain Marvel here? There's Hell Cow. Higher, further, faster, baby. Nice! So Did not get to showcase Hela doing some sweet after the game plays, but sometimes just rocking some raw power on the board is the way to victory, and Captain Marvel playing a very nice role for us, so good little rendition of having that move effect at the end of the game. So nice game one, guys. Let's get you over to game two to hopefully pull off some more combo plays. Alrighty, guys, game two for you. We are facing Teddy Bear 87. All right, so looking at our opening hand, Lady Sif Ghost Rider combo, which is always really nice, and we do have Blade as well. So I'm actually not going to play Blade on turn one. A lot of the times we actually want to hang on to Blade until some of the later turns, just to ensure he's not chopping up any of our combo players. So we do have Lady Sif, and Lumeria might backfire on us, but we need to get something out, so hopefully we can Lady Sif and chop up this leader for our later turns, or even the Infinite would be quite nice as well. So let's see what we're rocking. We could play our Ghost Rider out right now, and when Lady Sif flips, we're going to Ghost Rider would bring back one of these nice 6 drops. So I think that's the game plan. Boom. Chop up that Infinite. You guys have seen this combo. Ghost Rider pulling it back. And we're already at 27 power after turn 3. So here's our Invisible Woman here as well. I like this a lot. We need to play on this Avengers compound, as that's going to be turn 5 for us. So let's go ahead and drop Invisible Woman and Blade onto the compound on the right. Looking pretty good for us so far. There's their Khazar, so this turn I imagine they're just going to throw out their hand. Here is Hell Cow for us, so I love to put Hell Cow underneath here, and if we are able to get some chop ups, that's going to be quite nice. So we're really hoping for Hela right here. Next turn, if we're able to drop the likes of Hela, we're going to see quite the power being thrown across the board with whatever is left over in our hand. So likely being the leader and Swordmaster. Not our biggest top ends of the style of deck here, but still really nice to work out. So there's their hand. Strong Guy, Ant-Man, Nightcrawler, and Elektra. Okay. So what do we have to beat? 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 25. Ooh, there's Hela. Okay. What can we do? Our opponent has 3 cards in hand. I imagine they're going to try to play them out, as most of these Khazar decks do that. So what do we have here? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11, 17. So we can't win this zone. So we're hoping that Leader and Swordmaster here underneath these discards are going to be nice. So let's play this out. Iron Man, Blade, Rocket, Blade, chops up our Swordmaster, Hell Cow, Hela. Come on, middle spot. Middle spot. Yes. I think we got it. That's how it's done. So, probably should have snapped on that one, but sometimes, especially on that last turn, if you snap, our opponents might just dip. So, wanted to make sure we were able to showcase that full combo play afterwards, guys. So, very nice. Got to see some Hela discard there. Very nice way to top off our game here. So, let's get you over to the next one. Alrighty, guys. Game number 3. We are facing Starling 99. So again, guys, this deck is titled Behind Door Number 1. I want to thank Banker Rob again for allowing us to utilize this awesome deck list. It's been a lot of fun to play, and we got to see some sweet combos going off on turn 6 with that Hela combo. So very cool rendition, and Leader came quite clutch for us last game. So looking pretty nice with this opening hand, also having some of those key players. So this new zone here, Nidavellir, something like that. Cards here have +5 power. We have to look out for Iron Mans in this zone. I know that's just asking for some high power plays with Iron Man, so got to be a little careful. So here's one thing we are hoping not to do is Lady Sif chopping up Hela. If that happens, this game is going to look a little more rough for us. So hopefully chops up somebody like Hulk and or Leader. So very nice. Always keep in mind what you're discarding in this particular deck, as the game does not tell you what you discard quite yet. So hopefully they add that soon so we have a better chance of knowing, and just in case we forget, as I know that does happen. We got nothing turn 3. The opponent plays out a bishop, and we drew our Invisible Woman. So I will go ahead and play her here in the middle. We're hoping next turn we get some more discard-esque effects. See, the one thing is if you're playing out your Invisible Woman and discard cards later in the game, you're not going to get as much value as, you know, your curve is not going to fully go out. So what do we got here? We drew Captain Marvel. So we could play out Swordmaster or Captain Marvel here. If we do, let's see, let's think about this. Swordmaster is only going to chop up one of these cards. Captain Marvel, I don't think is going to have enough power for us to solely rely on her. So I want to say, let's Swordmaster underneath Invisible Woman here. This one's looking a little difficult. They have a lot of power, a lot of creatures over here on this zone, which we have realized is the better way to win this new zone over here. So there's our Hell Cow, but a little too late. Yeah, so unfortunately, guys, this one is going to be a surrender. I want to make sure you recognize why we are surrendering here. Not only is our opponent just having so much power across the board, but we just did not get our discard cards underneath Invisible Woman quick enough. If we drew this Hell Cow last turn, then we really would have popped off by playing our Hell Cow into Hela and then just putting our entire hand down on the board. So a little unfortunate. This deck does rely on the draws from your deck as well, so keep that in mind and make sure you do a good surrender when you need to. Conserve those cubes. So always want to make sure we keep some of these in here too, just showcasing what you need to do in these situations. But let's get you over to the next game and hopefully we can pull off a little bit better combo victories with it. All right, guys, game number 4, we are facing Kadeen 11. All right, so what are we looking at on our opening hand? We have Blade, Hell Cow, and some other key players in Ghost Rider and Hulk. We're gonna go ahead and pass the turn. Usually like to conserve our Blade to try and hide underneath Invisible Woman. We did not get anything there, so here's the thing. I would rather play out some Hell Cow just to get some power across the board. We don't have Hela in our hand right now, which is actually a good thing, so we don't accidentally discard her. So we are actually going to play over on the sewer system. The Starlight Citadel is going to move things around for us. So let's avoid that sewer right now if we can. Discarding Hulk and Giganto. So those are actually the best discards that we could ask for there. And there's our Invisible Woman. So perfect. I like this, I like this, I like this. We know Atlantis is going to get moved here on turn 4, so we're actually going to play into Atlantis right now, and we'll throw Blade on top of that. This is looking good. We're setting up for some nice combo plays. We just need to get our Hela into our hand and any other big 6 drops. There's Hela for us, so perfect. So here's where Ghost Rider feels a little bad and ends up being a little bit more of a vanilla creature, just a 3 mana, 3 power creature, not really doing too much for us, but that's okay. We're actually going to hold off and keep him in our hand. I don't want to pull out our power and let our opponents know what we're doing quite yet. So we're going to pass the turn. We know we are going to get at least one more discard from Blade. So we're going to conserve that. There's the move. Okay, so Atlantis over here now. All right. So here's actually what I want to do. We are looking fairly good over on the right. So we could hide Ghost Rider underneath, and then on turn 6 put Hela underneath here as well. Because what's going to happen? Blade's going to chop up one of our cards next turn. But do we want to just get our power out now is the better question. Maybe we do. I'm actually not too upset about this. Let's get out some power in some other areas. Maybe we should have done it on Atlantis just in case. But that's all right. So we'll put Ghost Rider here in the middle. Pulls out a Hulk for us, so not too shabby. And here's what we're going to do. Hela is going to be hidden away underneath Invisible Woman. Blade is going to chop up one of our big 6 mana cards. And whichever Hela decides to bring back is definitely going to be really nice for us. So let's see how this works. Infinite. Hela. Boom. Boom. Nice. So, very nice way to hide away some power. What was behind door number 1? A Giganto and an Infinite. So, very nice way to pull off that victory on this one, guys. A lot of raw power that you can hide away to avoid any Shang-Chi's, which is really nice, as a lot of the time with this deck, your opponents maintain priority as they generally will have most of the power as we're hiding it underneath Invisible Woman. So, very nice victory here. Let's get you over to the last game. Thanks for tuning in this long, guys. Much appreciated. All right, guys, we got our last one here for you, featuring behind door number 1. All right, so we are facing Mike is here 30. So opening hand, we are looking decent. We got Blade, Lady Sif, Giganto, and Hulk. So the fact that the miniaturized lab is the first zone showing, I'm actually going to play out Blade now, just get some power in that zone. And unfortunately we chopped up Lady Sif. I would have liked to play her in that lab as well. Oh, so it's a car pulling out our biggest creatures, Odin. So that might be nice. Get to avoid an Odin for our opponent later into the game. Lab shrinks down. We got Ghost Rider here. So Ghost Rider is going to pull back Lady Sif. And Lady Sif is then in turn going to chop up Giganto. I'm not too upset about that. Would we rather Swordmaster and try to pull back Giganto right away, though? I want to say let's dish out some more power. If we're able to do this, this is going to bring in 4 more. More than our opponent, at least, right? Okay. I'm willing to risk it, I think. I think we can maybe dish out some power later, and here's the Infinite for us as well. Swordmaster is definitely going to chop up the Infinite, but maybe that's okay. Because now, if we draw Hela, It's going to be a sweet turn 6. It's going to be a sweet turn 6, all right. Awesome, cool. So I think we're going to risk it for the biscuit. We're going to snap. You guys know how we do it here. It is looking really, really good for us. I really sincerely doubt our opponents can pull off any victories at this point. They dropped their Odin. Unfortunately, with that, Sakar did not get those combos. So we got Hela, so I'm okay that you hobgoblined me. If we're able to rock out Hela and get some more power over here on Wakanda, we should be able to pull this through. There's the Infinite. Sorry, buddy. I'm just rocking too much power underneath Hela. Very nice. So just want to say a huge thank you again to Banker Rob for allowing us to showcase this deck tech. Behind door number 1 is our awesome deck that we've been climbing the ranks with just since playing last night into today. I've been gaining a ton of cubes. I've gone up 8 rank points just within the day. So a lot of sweet plays that you can pull off on turn 6 or after the game has ended. So have some fun with this one, guys. I hope you guys did too. And we'll be back with some more Marvel Snap content. And if you guys like showcasing some of the decks that you're making, please let me know. I'd love to maybe do something around the likes of a subscriber Sunday. So maybe you guys create something for me, and on Sundays we'll showcase that deck. So if you guys think that's a good idea and something you would be interested in, please let me know, and I'd love to continue utilizing some of your guys' awesome deck techs. So that's what we got here for you guys today. Like and subscribe for more, and we'll see you next time.